Alright, welcome to Morning Coffee with James. I'm James, and this show you are watching on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble, if we can get to the chance to do Rumble, is my morning coffee show. How y'all doing today? I hope you're all doing swell, because today is the 7th, 2024. And today I'm going to be talking about the Trump assassination a little bit quick. I know I'm not wearing the hat or having any of the gear on. That's because I want to get a little serious here. I want to talk about conspiracy theories and stuff that's just not making sense, making 2 plus 2, you know what I mean? Something doesn't add up here. I want to talk about a little bit about the assassin a little bit, because I don't want to mention his name because I don't want to glorify him. He's been going under the name of Retardy Oswald, which honestly I think is pretty funny, but I want to talk about what happened to this kid, why this kid, did what he did, but I also want to, look at the situation at hand, too, why this kid was, doing what he did, and how he did it. That's the more questioning thing, because this kid doesn't look like a trained Marine sniper or any kind of a lethal assassin. So something's strange here. Something's really weird, because it's if you really look at this kid, he's, I don't know, I'm going to say patsy. I think he was a patsy. I think he was an MK Ultra agent who the CIA used, and this is just a theory of mine, It cannot be true, but there are some weird things going on with it. First of all, how he got up on that roof, how he got that gear, and how did not the Secret Service ever find this guy? Spotted him out. And I'm not going to involve the FBI into this, because I know the FBI's answer is he was under our radar, which is always their excuse for shooters. Oh, he was under our radar, and you didn't fucking move? Come on, man. And also, how he got up there, too, and that people were pointing at him, too. People regular everyday civilians saw this guy and said, there's a guy on that roof, there's a guy on that roof, there's a guy in there, trying to tell the police, trying to tell the, Secret Service. Nobody was doing their job that day. Nobody was doing that job. Well, excuse me, they were doing their job, but something is absolutely fishy about the entire thing. How he got on the roof, too. He got a ladder. He got I don't know how big the ladder was, but he got a ladder and got up on that roof. That seems a little, nobody saw that suspicion if somebody was carrying a ladder to climb on a roof. If this was somebody else, they would have tackled this guy already, put him in jail, and that would have been the end of that. But no, nothing, absolutely nothing. And he almost caused civil war in this country. And by the way, for those who have seen the video, do you know how close we were to a civil war? People, you want to see how pissed off Americans would have been? You think they're pissed off now? You should see them now. You should have seen it if, say, the worst case scenario happened, but it didn't, and we're getting affordable groceries. I don't care. I'm voting for the man. I'm wearing the red hat that everybody seems to hate and wants to beat up because, he's a Nazi. It's can you come up with a different villain? Can you call me a Hydra agent? Can you call me, a member of the secret organization or whatever? It's always the Nazi. Can you come up with a different bad guy? Or better yet, well, if you're going to do it, you're going to go with the guys with the white hoods. The goofy looking ghosts who who are into pagan religion, pagan rituals that are ruining my culture. Yeah, seriously, it's, if you look at the Triple K gang, they are a bunch of, they go by the silliest shit. There's the Grand Wizard, there's the Dragon, there's the the Nighthawk. It's if you really look at it, it's Dungeons and Dragons cosplay role playing bullshit. It's they're burning an effigy. That's what, if you look at it, it's just, you're just weird fantasy role-playing assholes who are just being racist for no reason, and you're just being elaborate about it. Just be like Archie Bunker. Just be a bigot, sit in your chair and smoke your cigar, or George Jefferson from the Jeffersons. If you're gonna be a bigot, just be relaxed, okay? Just sit in your chair and just be just get away from me. I'm not going to do a George Jefferson impression because I don't know how to do that impression. Honestly, Archie Bunker's more famous than, I know the Jeffersons theme, moving on up to the east side. But that's it. But God dang it, man. God dang it. It's, it's strange because it's like, and also a lot of things going on with that too, like how, the Secret Service saw this guy beforehand and were like, can we take this? They had to ask Cheadle if they could take the shot, and she was like, nah, go give it a few minutes. It's like something strange about that too with the Secret Service. The fact that, Alex Jones called this out. They tried to sue this guy. They tried to do everything possible. Now they're gotten to the point of assassination. Now, you may be asking, who are they? I'm talking about the deep state. The people who've been, running our country for a while, have been setting up elections. And I know people out there, they always do the whole, everybody's spot, including Donald Trump. Why do they always throw Donald Trump under the bus? It's like, yo, and I'm going to be perfectly honest about this too. If he's part of the gang, how come he almost took a bullet to the brain? Do you think that he's part of it? No, he's part of it. He's like, no, he's not a part of that. He's a businessman. He wants to get business done. He was a part of the Democratic Party, but then he realized how fucked up they were. Like, whoa, you're including Jeffrey Epstein. Like, oh, fuck off. Like, you people are fucking weird, including the Clintons, too, which I know everybody in the 90s who grew up in the 90s loved Bill Clinton, but let's be honest, he was a POS human being, and his wife is an awful human being as well. Anybody dressing like a James Bond villain should be looked at. It's like, if you're not wearing a suit and tie, which, yes, James Bond villains also did wear suits and ties, you should be looked at. You should be looked at a little cautiously, because it's like, okay, why are you wearing a Chinese dictator outfit? That looks a little suspicious. That looks a little, how would the kids say days? Sus. But even the whole situation is sus. That whole situation. And I can go into the optics, about the whole him surviving that, but it's just, it's over. It's like, let's be honest. Like, and also, I'm going to be talking about this too. They're going to try something else again. They're going to try some other nonsensical, to get at this guy. They're going to try something else because the bullet didn't work, and now they're going to try a car bomb. They're going to try something else to go after this guy, and it's a scary situation. I'll tell you why it's a scary situation, because we're winning. Like, the American people are winning. I'm not talking about the Republicans. Fuck them. I'm not talking just about the GOP Rhino. I'm talking about regular American people. I'm talking about regular American people. That's who I'm talking about. That's who I'm always going to be talking about, because we're tired of the bullshit. We're tired of expensive gas, expensive everything. And by the way, the cost of fuel, if that goes down, everything else will be cheaper. So remember that. And we're on the verge of, like, a lot of shit. Like, we're almost on the verge of World War III with nuclear annihilation. We're on the verge of civil war in this country, and that can always be proven by the fact that our president, God said no, turned his head at the right time, and now he's got a big old hole in his ear. He's got an ears piercing, folks. The fact that this whole situation is absolutely sus beyond recognition. I mean, Alex Jones was right. They will try to assassinate, and also he was right again, but I'll get into that in just a moment. There's a lot of things going on here that just don't. And also, there was a guy on the water. There was a water tower there, and there was a guy on the water tower. If you see footage, there's a guy up there, walking up there, and it's not a shadow. It's not like a weird little shadow thing. There's a human being up there, so something was suspicious going on here. Something suspicious was going on here, and I want people to understand that. Yeah, they tried to take this guy out. They really did try to. Who are they? And I keep saying the deep state, but. I know I'm sounding rambling here, but I don't really know what else to say about this. But we have to keep ourselves cautious. We have to prepare ourselves, for the worst case scenario. Because I'm hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst here. Because if they try something else, there's gonna be, they want total control. They want, martial law. They want they want us under control, and they will use anything to get their power, to get their way. And now you can see it now. They're desperate now. The deep state. Nobody does this if they're winning. The deep state is desperate, and so they're going to try everything in their power to take out, this man that people absolutely hate. And I know you probably don't agree with his politics. I know you don't really agree with his, character, but I like the guy. I really do. I really had, he grew on me. Let's be honest. At first, I was like, oh, God. I'll tell you this. In 2016, I voted for Gary Johnson. I honestly looked at Hillary and him and Donald, him and, when I mean him, I mean Donald Trump. I was like, ugh, I'm just going to back out and let the chips fall wherever they may. And I laughed when he won because I knew, oh, it's going to be Hillary. People want that woman president. They want that, clout. And all of a sudden he wins. And I was in a comedy club when this happened. And if you want to see a bunch of men fucking just become wrecked, that's the best word I could use about that. They just went, oh no. I laughed. I didn't like it. I was just happy that the election was over. I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, it's over. It's over. Let's go back to normalcy. Nah, I was wrong about that. I was wrong about that, man. I was wrong. We didn't go back to normal life. We went to a nightmare situation, even more so. And people were pushing propaganda left and right. They were just... TDS was just so rampant. Including Eminem. I get into this thing, with my friend Brendan, who is... He just listened to the new Eminem soundtrack, and he says, this is garbage. And I said, yeah, he fell off. He fell off big time when he did that Donald Trump is a rump. Yo, what happened to you, Slim Shady? What you used to make, and I know he doesn't like the establishment or authority, but you can also claim that Donald Trump was an authoritative figure, but it's you used to make fun of the Clintons. You used to make fun of the Clintons. Oh, they were after you for your music, for your entertainment, for what you did. Hell, I was okay with him going after... Nobody liked George Bush. Let's be honest about that. George Bush, I felt bad for him because if he wasn't... if 9/11 didn't happen, which I'll get into that in just a different video. If Donald Trump... if George Bush didn't run... If 9/11 didn't happen, George Bush would have been another run-of-the-mill president. That's it. He would have been another okay president, and that's it. But I'll say this, and I'll say this perfectly. Something is suspicious. I've already said that. But yeah, Eminem just fell the fuck off. And honestly, it's dude, you used to be cool, man. It's you used to be the edgiest. You used to be the baddest rapper out there. I'm not talking about bad. I mean, some of his songs hit, and then all of a sudden he got all this money, and something happened. I think it's always a case of when you're so associated with your own background, with your own past and all that stuff, and your own roots, you forget who you are. And it's dude, who gives about the new Eminem song where he's talking that abracadabra, where he's sampling abracadabra. It's I'm sorry, but if your older self would have seen, if your younger self would have seen you now, he would have killed himself, or better yet, he would have called you a faggot too. So. But on to the other thing that happened recently. Joe Biden dropped out of the race. Yes, predictably, yes, it happened, and I'm not surprised by this. I am not surprised by this because, let's be honest, he was getting sick. He was not mentally capable of doing the job anymore. They're going to try to put Kamala Harris up there. They're going to try to put somebody else, maybe Gavin Newsom, probably as a running mate. Maybe Hillary again. Fucking Christ almighty. They're probably going to try to get Michelle Obama. I was about to say Big Mike. And I know people out there are like, no, she's not but just take a look at the evidence. I want you to take a look at the evidence, see what you see, and if you think it's true, fine. If you think it's not. If it's not, okay, fine. Just look at it. I just want you to look at that. And what I'm talking about is videos of certain things near her, the pants area, Something's fishy about that. Something is absolutely fishy about that whole situation. And you know what? I'm not going to get into that. But I'll say this about the president, former Vice President Joe Biden dropping out. Something's weird. Like, I'm going to be honest, it's hilarious, but it was bound to happen. I mean, like, look, I'm going to quote Alex Jones here. That's what their whole plan was. That they were trying to get, they were going to use him to run again, but he absolutely fucked the entire thing at the debate, and now they're just like, we got to get a new guy in there. Oh shit, we need to get a new guy. Get a new guy in there. That's what they're doing now. He got sick, which is the funniest tweet out there. If you've ever seen the tweet, it's just hilarious. It says, "I'm sick." It's like, and I actually made a retweet about that, and I said, maybe if you didn't sniff kids, that wouldn't have happened. Hey, it's true. I mean, if you know COVID's around, maybe you shouldn't be close to people. Remember when COVID was a big deal, and now everybody's like, I got COVID. It's like, who gives a shit? Just take a few days off. It's like, I got COVID. It's like, you're gonna be fine. Just eat some, ivermectin and be happy. But it's the silliest shit. I'm like, and again, like, don't be worried. Like, I'm not making any sense, but I find it absolutely hilarious because it's like, so you're telling me that, and everybody who was defending Joe Biden and whoever was backing Joe Biden didn't see that. They are basically, they're basically, delusional and also just have cognitive disassociation. I think that's not the right terminology, but I'm just woke up and my brain is now on a third cup of coffee, so I'm not really there yet. But it just makes me laugh a little bit because it's like, you didn't see that coming, guys. Like, look, again, Alex Jones called it, which, by the way, he was right this time. And also they're gonna try something else with Trump too. But I'm gonna talk about Alex he was right about the whole Joe Biden is dropping out. Let's be honest, why everything is coming out against Joe Biden and why people are not really rallying behind him anymore. It's because, well, let's be honest, he has dementia. Let's not beat around the bush. You can say, like, oh, you're not a doctor. Well, I'm not a doctor, but I'm very observant, and you have to be observant if you want to be a doctor. And clearly that man had cognitive decline. Like, he was in a sunset era. So, like, I'm not stupid. Don't tell me I don't know anything because I don't have a piece of paper to say I'm smart. No. I see what I saw, and we've been seeing that for 4 years, that this man was slowly, like, dwindling. Like, it's not, you don't have to be a parapsychologist to understand that. Like, seriously, if you can't see that, then I'm sorry, but maybe don't lecture me about trust the science when you use that as a religious dogma, chant. Believe the science. Like, first of all, I do believe in science. I do believe science is the study of life, the study of God's creation. All right? And don't tell me that I believe in... Well, I've already made a video about the whole I don't believe in fairy tales quote, because I do believe in fairy tales. I do believe in the ideas that they present and the ideas of what they're presenting about the afterlife and what could happen after death. Every major religion out there does that because people are afraid of death, and you can see that nowadays. But to finish this up, so because I am going over the limit and I have to edit this video, yeah, Alex Jones was right. He's dropping out, and Chameleon Harris is going to be up there, or possibly Gavin Newsom as a running mate or as president. Because let's be honest, yeah, it was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. So, and also, I'm not surprised, and yeah, he was again, I don't want anything bad happening to Joe Biden, even if he's dropped out of the race. No, I don't want anything bad happening to him. So I pray for so I hope he's safe. I'm not going to pray for him because I know he's going to a certain place after he is done on this earth. I'm not going to say where, and it's not New Jersey. Well, it could be New Jersey, North New Jersey, if you've been up there. I know people who watch this who are from New York or the northern area of New Jersey know and understand that. And no, New Jersey's a nice place. It's just that you're above New York City. That's your problem. All right, I think I've spoke long enough. Guys, take care. Love you. Bye-bye. And remember to stay awesome. Peace be with you. And also, love you. Take care.